واحد اسمعك. حاولوا بدنا حاولوا اللي قاعد يعملوا. ايش قصدك راح يخربوه؟ لا اسمع من السعودية باذن الله. اذا قتلك ابو محمد اذا قتلك ما بيصرف عندنا بس روح انقتل. جزاك الله خير اخوي. ترى شلون؟ ما اعرف السيارة يعني.
These 150 people being kidnapped, but there are others at risk in the area as well. 700 families were forced to flee, about 3,000 people forced out of their homes, and we understand 600 of those.
You can imagine the frustration I felt watching ISIS repeatedly attacking the region I grew up in. Even though it had been years since I had left, it was devastating to just sit there and watch these horrific events unfold. I knew I had to do something. The only weapon I knew how to use was a camera. I decided to travel to Syria to expose the atrocities being committed and search for hope. I had not walked on this ground in a long time. I could barely recognize it. These streets were full of people and life. As a child, I used to spend my weekends in these villages of Khabur, playing with friends, catching frogs and swimming. ISIS has left no place for playing anymore. The Khabur River became a strategic natural barrier. It was the reason why there were still few protected villages left. Even while I was there, ISIS was camped only 300 yards away from the opposite bank. If ISIS were to attack again, the Assyrian villagers would need more than a river to protect them. It wasn't exactly the perfect time to visit. These men were a few of the Assyrian locals who were patrolling the villages.
طب يعني بصراحة سوريا ليش لخمة بوضع روحي دخدي له زمير لا زميرتها ايون شانتي هروشي تليتا
خيمة خيني بتو دخ عزو أنا ودوني مخير رضا الله دي شالك براتي أنا بشلتي ونقص براتي اللي تنشوف بخمن تلخ بس بعد يتخ أخو خم بهذا اللغة مرزق رسل وذا والله
أخني بيشلن مغدو ترى لا يلفان مهتمين أو أشوف كم تنتج قفص مهتمين ده مهتمين ادخل الدبريشاني داعش
I met an artist who used to live in the Khabur Valley, which is now controlled by ISIS. He now lives in Qamishli, which is a nearby city. His own aunt and many of his friends were among those kidnapped by ISIS.
فدي أنا همدي الوحيد تم تخمون بيدي ليلة بيومها كلهم تخمون بأنا ناشف غلطي فقط.
طيب شلون خطف عمتك وأصدقائك أثر على شغلك مثلا؟
هلا أثر كثير إنه أنا ما اشتغلت يعني إنه ما ضليت مثلا منقطع مثلا صار لي بحدود الشهر شهر وشوي عرفت شلون؟ بس لما حاولت طلع الشغل معي كثير حلو يعني شغلة اللي بتخليك تبدع يعني أنا من وجهة نظري أنا ما بعرف يعني إذا بتكون فرحان كتير فيك وإذا تكون حزين كتير فيك بس الفرق بين الاثنين إنه الحزن بحسه أصدق يعني مثل السكران قبل ما يسكر بشوي بيلاقي حاله عم يحكي كتير شغلات هي فعلا صادقة 100% ممكن لما بيكون واعي ما يقدر يحكيها وهذا الشغل طلع من وحي القصص اللي عم تصير يعني وخدش عددي بيني كلها متوجه ولا مخ بس جودنا ظروف لمسة الأمن تشون دي يعني أخلي خازت يعني قاس الشام ميثد وأن مثيلوخ يعني جودو ظرف دغب خاي جاودي ممكن بأي لحظة جوجت بلطت
The Assyrian story didn't end in Syria, so I had to go to Iraq. I crossed the borders by a small boat through the Tigris River. That was the only way to get out of Syria from that region. I had been to Iraq before, but I knew this time would be very different. I couldn't believe what I saw. Nearly half of the Assyrian population in Iraq lives in camps like these throughout the northern part of the country. They were all forced out of their homes by ISIS. That was in June 2014. I had visited many camps and I met hundreds of displaced people. Sometimes their faces blurred together and it got difficult for me to recall them. But this child looked familiar to me. As I spoke with his parents, he kept wanting to play with a camera. So I gave it to him. Then he started videotaping his sister. And that's when it hit me. About a year earlier, I was in Iraq filming in a different camp. He was the same child I had met before. He told me he wanted to be a filmmaker, like me. I wonder where he'll be the next time I see him. These are the desks and drawers should have been studying on. But they had been thrown away to clear more space for the displaced families. Thousands of others live in shelters like these. They call it a caravan here in a camp. For me, I only consider it a storage box. Oftentimes 2 or 3 families live in this box. I spent only a single night in a caravan, so I can't claim to truly understand the hardships these families endure.
الوش هو أسمى شيء بالبني آدم يعني. كل تعابيرك الداخلية بتظهر بهذا الوش. يعني هذا الوش عم شوفه عند الصغير، عم شوفه عند الكبير، عم شوفه عند المرأة، عم شوفه عند الصبية، ولو هي لا تظهره أو هذا ما بيظهره يعني، بس هو موجود في بده ولا ما بده. هذا الشيء كمان وفاة المرحوم أبي كمان أثر كثير، فأخذت أعمالي هذا النمط يعني. هاي كاسة المتة خشب، أنا بحب الخشب كثير، سرقتها من بنت عمتي، وخطيبة كان جاب لي إياها هدية يعني، قشطتها منها ويلا شفتها حلوة يعني شكلها فني، جايب له وردة زهرية على أساس يعني صفت عندي، يلا هن صفوا بالسويد ما في مشكلة.
كولان ترمي رومي نان تاني هستي عطاء كامل سارو بيو دسكو بيكر همو يشويني دمرو نبن ارتينا ندرا.
Look, there is a sign here. The sign has been put down. It's written on Assyrian on it as well. You see it? Samele. Mafat Samele. They should have the bones shaped into graves. They should make a memorial here, something that people can come here and understand what happened here.
Savina was born and raised in Iraq, but she had been a strong advocate for Assyrian ethnic rights in many parts of the world.
They're trying to get rid of our present, our history, our future, as if we never existed here. As if we shouldn't exist here. As if we were never part of this land. We had enough. It's time for us to become an independent nation in our country, to defend ourselves, to keep our homes, our existence, our identity. And at this moment, it looks like carrying an arm, a weapon, is the only way. So be it.
اديهم إلى برقل برقولن إلى الهواية وبرقولن داخل آخر ما صبت بديه كيتوخ جمايات وكيتوخ جواراقب ويانا بخلط أنا طليبك جمايات ليه هاوي يقصروا ولا هاوي الويشة مكتاية وجول
بقارة ديدي ربي وأخا أخني يعني طويلة أمرخ NPU NPF دويخنوشة كلنا آتي مودي لرعيانه قد أخني وقتلن بوش منخا جيسة
لا ومن خامدي رابا غلطة له من يوم يوم أخنا قد هبوا خا جيسة جانن مو تبايش قريه شم لتلن كترات لتلن كترات
أخني مشكلة ديدن إيك أنا مخت أنا خزنا مشكلة قبل ديدن يعني للتنازل خدانا ليه يتنازل كنت أنا وأنا يعني أخني قرك خجي بس خجي وخيا ما تدخلوا كل درغي قبايل خبالة أتوخ أخ أمتناي
احنا قدو حرب مع داعش واحنا والله زي اسلحه داعش موجوده زي خلوتين موجوده بصراحه ليه ما صخن نوضخ محاربه منظمه اكبر منظمه ارهابيه بقاود عالم احنا نوضخ محاربه جو تشكي بسيطه هزيله بصراحه
يعني انا او سلاح دي شخصي قلت لي سلاح لخ يعني سلاح دي شخصي له خاكم من فعلا سلاح دي شخصيه في مثيي وثي
عليه واللخم قوه وخيله مزيد له شباب ديدا وبناتها معي مودي لا لا بدي خبرات الطنطتشك بناتها بقبليس ولا لا شباب؟ لا قام ولا تخزن ويني ولا لا؟
ودي لك مشاكل برجرامه والعلم الرشيديه عمره والعلم الرشيديه
عمره؟
ايه ولا شريطين الاسلوه دري علم
مخزن مخليتين بعد خنا
هي هو لا رش عمود خدت الزياد
اوكي بيت مدري خنا
اللي بده يشيل سلاح أنا بحترمه وبحبه بالأخير هو أخي بدي ولا ما بدي هو أخي وأنا بزعل عليه لما بيصيبه شيء وأنا قلبي معه يعني ولكن ما فيني أعمل مثل ما عم يعمل هو يعني أنا ما بشوف هذا حل يعني أنا ما فيني أقتل يعني هلا في عالم بيفكروها هاي قصة جبن في عالم بيفكروها ما بعرف شو بس أنا مسألة القتل عندي صعبة جدا يعني أحد أهم الأهداف اللي عم يشتغلوا عليها أنك أنت تيأس يعني أحد أهم الشغلات أنه أنت لا يكون عندك نفس لا تشتغل ولا كذا ولا تعطي مشان هو يبرز يعني الطرف الثاني يعني مو شرط أنك تقابل كل شيء بلغة الانتقام وبلغة الكذا وبلغة الكذا لا فيك تقابلها بابتسامة هيك حاولوا يا شباب تفضلوا العامة ما صدقت
تعطيك الله صغارنا
ايه مثلي انا كثير صغير على فكرة يعني اللي بيعرفني منيح بيعرف اني صغير وصغير كثير يعني. انت لاحظت كم مرة انقطعت الكهرباء ونحن عم نصور 5 مرات
In addition to the current suffering caused by ISIS, the Assyrians still have unhealed wounds from a century ago. In 1915, all Christians of modern-day Turkey faced a threat of extermination. It was a full-on genocide that was carried out by their own government, the Ottoman Turks. Millions of Greeks, Armenians, and Assyrians were annihilated. My grandparents used to tell me stories of this genocide as though it happened just the day before. They never forgot.
I'll give you some.
بشنت not complete ليوناية بإيدي شيم something وباروتة وردة وتومة ودشتو من قرية باز آمين. Started in the year 1908 and they were completed. The year is not there. at the hands of Shem.
This is what was left from the Assyrian lands here, a land they used to call home for thousands of years.
This is all the Assyrian graveyard. Unfortunately, the Turkish government came, built a school right there and put a toilet right on top of the graveyard.
Government and people here.
Yes, both.
Not on government. Yeah. Okay, government come here, destroy, take the wall, take the straw. But people come here for gold, for other things, destroy here.
There's a wall there too, can you see?
Yes. It's, I say not small church, because I remember, very big here.
If we have an archaeological excavation,
they have no connection to these churches, they have no connection to these houses. It's not their heritage. If someone doesn't look after his property, if someone doesn't look after his heritage, other people are going to come and destroy it.
Every time I say the big tragedy, because you are living in here. Yes. Maybe your big grandfather and my big grandfather friend in here.
Right.
But now, you are visiting here, and everybody say you tourist. But you are not tourist.
No. You're from here.
You're from here. He has.
I call it the struggle to exist. We're trying to assert our existence in a hostile environment that doesn't accept us. We should harness our talents and we should harness the good within us.
This probably has some blood of others in it. You know, all these plants, right? Because the land here has been watered from our blood. And it is for us ethnic cleansing. They're trying to vanish our identity. But at the same time, they can't really. They can't. Aren't they wondering how have we survived for 7,000 years and more? Do they think that if they destroy all these rocks, we're gonna destroy within them? They must be fooled for that. We don't need rocks to remind us of who we are and what we are. Every single one of us is a whole museum of our identity itself. The kids, this is where I take my hope from. They are the future. We need to maintain our future.
They say home is where your heart is.
Oh, that's heavy.
My heart is here, and it always will be.